Aloha, you're watching F5 On Demand. I'm Peter Silva. We're here in beautiful Barcelona for Mobile World Congress. We're in Gran Via Dos, Hall 5, booth G11. Please come by and visit us if you're at the show. Now, you might have heard me in times past, videos past, say, and my good buddy Jonathan behind the lens. Well, now I got my good buddy Jonathan in front of the lens. And while this show often is about all of the cool stuff and the ways we communicate on mobile devices, there are certainly threats out there. And so I thought I'd get Jonathan here on camera to talk a little bit about some of the mobile threats and communication types of threats that occur on a service provider network, and then how F5 can mitigate those. So first, Jonathan, tell us a little, nice to see you, by the way.
Nice to see you, Peter.
I always love seeing my good buddy Jonathan. But so tell us a little bit about some of these threats that occur within the communications network of a service provider.
Sure. Now, first of all, for service providers, we optimize, monetize, and secure your networks. When it comes to securing your networks, we have a number of different techniques that we use. But first of all, we have various different situations where service providers are wanting to block malicious communications because maybe unbeknownst to them, a subscriber might have malware or viruses that are being downloaded as they're browsing through services or apps or through the network navigating. There might be viruses or malware that's downloaded to a mobile device.
So the bad guys, instead of now, they used to focus a lot on the browsers and the applications, and while they still do, of course, mobile, everybody has one. It's a great platform to go after and then use that as a launching pad, isn't it?
It is. Now that 3G is migrating to 4G LTE in many regions around the world, we see very fast data service being provided to mobile users. At the same time, that means that attackers are seeing that as another platform for them to use in attacks. Say, remote automated bots, an attacker would use many of them and could use ones that are on mobile devices that are very fast.
And we've already seen some bots on mobile devices sending out attacks already.
There have been situations where service providers have seen DDoS attacks that have gone through their network, and unfortunately then they have users being unknowingly participating in a DDoS attack.
So how do they mitigate these things today? Are there any solutions out there?
Very good, Peter. There are solutions, and in fact F5 enables being able to scale dramatically. We have 3 different use cases where authoritative DNS, we scale very dramatically. We take on, via zone transfer, the capability of responding to DNS requests, and we can do that well into the millions, in fact tens of millions, if it's on a carrier class chassis. Second way is through LDNS, caching and resolving. We can easily cache well into the millions as well on our higher end solutions, where we can provide very quick response, but also not only service performance and optimization, but also in a situation where you're trying to mitigate a DNS style of DDoS attack, we can absorb and respond very quickly.
And I can imagine, with these mobile devices, and as more things, the thermostats, the refrigerators, et cetera, get connected, that at some point, those are gonna too be used in a service attack. So I can imagine this traffic just continuing to explode, and they're going to need it to protect against all the refrigerators attacking the West Coast, huh?
In fact, attacking many coasts. And it's a great situation that Peter brings up. Internet of Things means that a lot more of things are being attached to the network. Now I might want to have various things in my home, actually connected to the network. I have then an option of downloading an application on my mobile device, so I might then want to check and connect and make decisions on my mobile device. Likewise, an attacker may use those Internet of Things via my service to be able to use an attack situation. So you want to be able to scale dramatically and also validly review the protocol that's being sent to make sure it's a valid request and not an attack.
Right, especially more things get connected. So I noticed you pulled up a diagram right here. Did you want to walk through this?
Yes. So at F5, we have recently come out with an additional DNS firewall service. We have many DNS firewall and just standard network firewall type services. We are ISCA network firewall certified for all of our solutions. But with this one in particular, we have outbound domain filtering. Many organizations will call that response policy zone, or RPZ. It's basically we allow a framework for a service provider organization to import maybe Serval or Spamhaus as a domain reputation service, and then once imported, if a malware or virus, unbeknownst to a subscriber, gets downloaded on their mobile device and it's trying to send data back to the home location, we'll at F5 be able to use the domain filtering service to basically block that. It's recognized as a domain that's used for virus or malware. It's now in the database. It's being blocked. So malicious communications is being blocked from transversing through a service provider network.
And we have some signage around here that talks about future-proofing your network. And this is, I mean, with all of these things to come, I mean, it's definitely needed now. I'm not discounting that, but it's going to become even more important in the coming year.
True. As 3G and many organizations migrate from 3G to 4G LTE, especially international, usually that's a 5 to 10x increase in data performance for a subscriber, which is wonderful. It's very fast data, but at the same time, that means that you have to scale dramatically to support those subscribers, including the extra potential for attacks that are now on that network are going through a much higher bandwidth capability. So you want to be able to scale, future-proof your network so that you can scale dramatically and also secure your network.
Right, the statistics say 50 billion connected devices by 2020, and the traffic that's going to amount to obviously means that there's going to be a lot more risks and threats that are out there with the multitude of connected devices and data passing through the internet.
That's correct. So as you're looking to scale and secure your networks, look at F5 to help you out, to get you there to a much higher availability, not only for response, but also recognizing that there's some traffic that you want to be able to block and be able to, or even log. We have very high speed logging and reporting, as well as analytics, so we can tell you, hey, there's some traffic there that may be malicious. Let's have a closer look at that.
Yep. And so this edge of innovation, which is the theme here at Mobile World Congress, and how mobile technology is pushing us into this edge of innovation. And we always talk about, all the fun stuff, the connected cars, the connected homes, et cetera. But there's also definitely some real threats out there, and obviously F5 has the solutions to mitigate those threats. Always a fun time talking with you, Don.
Absolutely. Nice to talk to you, Peter.
So, for Jonathan, and I got Michelle behind the lens again. Give a little wave, Michelle. Jonathan can show you how to do it. I'm Peter, and we're with F5 Networks. Thanks for watching.